All right, welcome to our 7 a.m. tap in this morning. Okay, so this is a big week. This week is all about changing our story, right? Our ability to change our story. Okay, so just take a snapshot of your life and go, what isn't working in my life, right? Whether it's a relationship, if it's something that's going on in your life, if whatever it is, right? Whatever you are worried about the most or focused on the most that causes stress in your body and stress in your life. Okay. That is a clear indication that it's not working that great for you. So this week it is all about changing that story. How do we change the story? We change it with attention and intention. So with those two things, attention and intention, we can create a new story. Okay, so attention is energy. Okay, so basically what you focus on, right? If you're worrying about something or something is bothering you or you're stressed out about something and all of your attention is on that, maybe it's many things, but if that's where your attention is, that's where your energy goes, right? Energy flows where attention goes. And then what we end up doing is fueling exactly what it is that we don't want. Okay, so when we learn to shift our story, change our story, create a new story, we shift our attention, and attention has momentum. So again, when you shift now your attention to what it is that you do want, as opposed to, worrying, because worrying is just, really putting all of your attention on something that you don't want. And so again, this energy of attention creates momentum. And often we end up attracting to us exactly what it is that we're trying to push away from us, that we don't want, that's causing more stress in our life. So we want to feed, we want to fuel, we want to put our attention and our focus on what it is that we do want. And we learned a few weeks back in the conscious choice making and karma that we have choices all the time. We have choices to become annoyed with somebody. We have choices to be hurt by somebody's comment. We have choices to not be annoyed or not be hurt. We have that choice. Okay. We take the responsibility off of other people. We stop blaming, this situation or that was what we learned last week. And we start to take power of our own life and our own story. So attention is the energy that we're putting out there, but intention transforms. Okay, so intention is actually what it is that we want. It's our desires without attachment to the outcome. That's what intention is. I have an intention to do this today. It's just that next step that moves you towards what it is that you do want, to your desires. At this point in an intention setting, there's not this, this attachment to it needing to unfold in any particular way. It's just, this is my next step. This is my intention. So this is why intention setting is so very important. This is why you wake up and you put your mindset into that. What is my intention for today? And then you write it down. And then, like here, we tap it in so that we solidify that intention, which has the ability to transform our story. And then our attention, the energy goes behind the intention. So when you have the attention behind the intention, powerful stuff begins to happen. Okay, so again, go back. What is a story in your life that you are just ready to let go of and create a new story? What is creating all of the stress or all of the discomfort or all of those uncomfortable emotions that you're experiencing every day? Okay. With intention every day to change the story and attention on doing that, you can create a new story. So let's just say you want more happiness in your life. Let's just use that for example. You can fill in happiness with anything that it is that you do want. Pay attention to what makes you happy. Pay attention to what you do that feels happy, right? That creates feelings of happiness in you. Put your attention on being happy. Okay, when we put our attention on these things, we can begin to attract them to us. So this is where that stop, right? Stop. ST, take a few breaths. Take 3 conscious breaths to bring you in the present moment, because attention is always in that present moment. What is your present moment awareness right now? That's what your attention is on, right? So take 3 conscious breaths, then observe. So observe is what? That's what your attention is on. Okay, my attention, that's when you can observe. Okay, I can see, I'm feeling this because my attention is on everything that I don't want. You observe that and then you proceed, right? The P, I'm going to choose conscious choice making to choose a different thought. Okay, I am going to stop and make sure I am focusing on what makes me happy, what being happy feels like for me. So when we change our energy, we change our life. Okay, so change your energy, as in the attention and all your focus. We have the ability to change our entire story, but it all starts with intention. So if you're going, I don't even know where to start in the morning, setting an intention, writing it down, tapping it in. And then throughout the day, put your attention on that. Act happy, feel happy, do things that make you happy. And then who knows? Maybe a whole new habit is now created and a new story is starting to unfold. But we have to take responsibility for this. Think of last week where we had a hard time. If you're having a hard time accepting the situation, if you're blaming something or someone, right? You're stuck in the story, right? We have to sit, accept and allow things to unfold, but then we do want something different, right? We have to acknowledge we're not liking what this is. Then we also have to take responsibility and say, but all of my focus is going towards the exact thing I don't want. All of my attention, all of my thoughts, all of my, these feelings that I'm fueling and feeling towards what I don't want is feeding the wrong intention. We want to feed and put our attention on our new intentions to change our story. This means taking little baby steps every day to move you closer towards what it is that you do want. So it's not like you can say, okay, I've changed my energy, and in 2 or 3 days or at the end of this week, you're going, I still don't have what I want, Leslie. This doesn't work. It does work. And I can guarantee you that it works. And this is why writing things down, and then when you can look back and go, oh my gosh, I remember when that's all I was caught up in, the momentum and the attention of everything I didn't want. And then you can go, oh, I attracted so much to me at that time. And you know what? It's unconscious, and it's what we've all need to experience. But when you experience it, you have that ability to shift yourself out. And this is where meditation comes in. You have the ability to just observe and calm yourself down with those typical reactions that we may have. And you can do the stop and observe and choose, right? Proceed to choose. So this week's intention is a 2-stepper, because we're ramping this up. Okay, if you're doing, I do my intention setting every single day. Awesome. If you haven't up to this point, start it. Okay. Today, you can write this down. Today, I change my story by putting my attention on And then you got to fill that in. Okay. You fill it in with what it is that you want or what it is that you desire. Okay. That's step one. Today, I changed my story by putting my attention on what? Okay. And then you commit to this by step two of this intention setting this week. What small step will I take today to move towards this desire? And by small step, I mean, it might be just changing a thought. It might be practicing stop. That's kind of a big step, right? But practicing is a small step. Practicing stop is a small step. Thinking you need to master that stop process, that would be a big step. We need to take baby steps and practice it. Okay. It could just be do something today that you have to decide. It can be the smallest step, but every day, if you take a little step closer to what it is that you desire, everything in your life begins to shift and we start to create a new story. Let's stack this in. Okay, so let's get energy. What are we doing, right? You're creating energy. What is energy? Energy and attention. So let's do this on purpose, setting an intention to create a different energy in your body. Get it moving, right? Shake it out. Let's shake out that old story. We're no longer stuck to that story. This is what I don't want, right? Shake it out. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to feel this. I don't want to think this. I don't want to experience this anymore. Gone. Shake it out and then march it out. And then you got to really tune in. What is it that I do want, right? Because let's take those knees up. I can tell you from years of coaching and even, observing my own self, we can really describe what it is that we don't want in this life. But many of us have a hard time actually putting into words what it is that we do want. So this is where meditation comes in. Okay, tap the belly, go all the way down, sit with it and ask yourself, what is it that I do want? I've been focused on so much of what I don't want. And sometimes, it's easy. It's like, well, it would be the opposite of what I'm worrying about. Yeah. And meditation helps us to go just a little bit deeper. Go, yeah, but what is it that I really want? Right? Do I want this person to change? Yeah. Well, we already know that's just not going to happen. Or do we want this situation to change? We don't have control over that. Right? Let's tap under the eyes. So what do I really want? I want to find some peace in this relationship. So that goes a little deeper, but that's where, we have to start understanding what it is that we do want. So tap in. Here's our stomach meridian. Worry, release it. This is grounding and anchoring. Put it right into the earth. I'm no longer going to tell this story anymore. And then we tap in on our collarbone. Let's get our energy moving in the right direction. Okay, what story do I want to tell? What story am I going to start to tell? Right? This is it. Right here. Right here. Change your energy and change your life. And that means changing your attention. Switch your attention from what you don't want to what you do want. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, right here, right? Come from a heart-centered space. Right? Come from a heart-centered space. Come out of that ego identity of fear and anger and resentment and frustration and come into this heart space where you can sit with that and go, okay, what is it that I really want? And have your heart answer it, not your head, not your anger, not your frustration. Come into the heart. This is where meditation comes in. This is the path of that less effort. This is where we effort less, like last week, and produce more benefits for us because we're not struggling and holding on to the anger and the frustration. Let go of that story. Less effort on that story. No more focus on that story. And then you begin to create a new story. Okay, so let's metabolize this in. Right? And of course, your intentions, you have to word them the way that it works best. But today, I am intending to change my story by focusing on what it is that I do want. And then step 2 this week, what small step will I do today to move me closer to what it is that I do want? And then sit with that and answer those questions and just watch. Be patient and watch how this new story begins to develop in your life. Good. Shake that out. Just cross it. Attention. What are you going to focus on? And zip it up. And what is your intention today? Good. Awesome. Have a wonderful day.